Zochreinu l'chaim, melech hafetz v'chaim. Remember us for life, O God, who wants life. We always ask for chaim. For chaim, we ask for life in the high holiday season. Chaim, what is chaim? What are we asking for? So on the surface, we would think we're asking for life. A beating heart, breathing lungs. But if you look in the Torah, you'll find there's a nuance. There's a nuance in what Chaim means. In the Torah, it talks about our forefather Jacob, Yaakov, who was born into a family where his brother wanted to kill him. He had to run away. He worked 7 years for his wife Rachel, and he was told that he was marrying Leah instead. He worked another 7 years to marry the favorite wife that he really wanted to marry in the first place, Rachel. He wanted to have a child with Rachel, but Rachel was barren. He had to wait and pray, and finally he had a child, Joseph. They had another child, Binyamin, together. Joseph, his favorite child, was, from his perspective, destroyed and torn up by a wild animal. Oh boy, this is a horrible life. His daughter, Dinah, was abused by a local city, and the rest of his life he spent wailing and mourning in agony for his son. Oh, that's a tough life to have. Eventually, Joseph was found to be alive, not only alive, but the ruler of Egypt. He brought the whole family down to Egypt to be spared from a famine. He brought his father Jacob before Pharaoh, the top man in charge of Egypt. So Pharaoh was there, sitting on his throne, and what happened next?
Jacob, you are quite withered. How old are you?
Pharaoh saw in Jacob's face that he looked really aged. He really looks like he was oppressed by time. So he asked him, how old are you? And what was Yaakov's response?
The days of the years of my existence have been 130 years. Few and bad have been the days of the years of my life, and they have not reached the days of the years of the lives of my forefathers and the days of their existence.
Besides differentiating between the years and the days, which is a good question, he also differentiated between life and existence. He said, my life was not as long as the life of my forefathers, even though my existence was longer. What's the difference between life and existence? The Torah tells us elsewhere, Ubacharta b'chayim. God tells us, he gives us choices throughout our life, and he says, choose life. Life is choosing growth. Life is choosing to push ourselves further in the face of challenges. That's life. Jacob's his existence was so tormented by all these horrible things that he did not have a lot of mental space to really make growth decisions. He was a great man, but he felt stunted by his horrible, horrible existence and all these bad things that happened to him. So when he came to Pharaoh and he responded, he said, yes, I'm 130 years of existence, but my life, my growth opportunities that I was able to handle, that I was able to choose, make decisions in, they were very, very little. So we ask God as we come closer to the high holidays to give us life. Give us a life where we're not bogged down by things going on around us, and we have a clear mind to make the difficult decisions that he wants us to make.
Thanks for joining the Shofar Minute.